This goes out to you.
It's just different.
This goes out to you.
It's just different.
All right back from some technical difficulties. But we're back. And we were talking about something. Dang, see, that's what happens when we go silent. It's like, what were we talking about again?
Could I jump in?
Please.
We're talking about Turkey really quick. Is it from Turkey? Correct me if I'm wrong. They have this cultural sport where it involves a type of like wrestling and oil and like
Oil
a rope.
wrestling, yes.
And there's like a rope around like the crotch. They have to like
No,
pull,
not
right?
a rope around the crotch. What you're wearing is a
It's like a knotted
like a
thing.
leather capri pants,
Okay.
like manpri, and because of the oil, the pants are the only spot where you can get a
A grip.
hold of
Yeah.
your opponent. And it's similar to sumo wrestling because the winning party is determined by either being, if the person gets tripped over and stumbles or falls down in a certain way,
The techniques
the
of
game
it.
is over. Yeah. But the heavyweight champion of each year's olive wrestling competition is the equivalent of Mike Tyson in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has
In
that,
popularity.
it has that level of prestige.
From the, I don't mean to like, it's a comedy podcast, but from the images I've seen of this beautiful sport, it just looks like two like muscled men and they're like reaching their hand down the pants.
Getting a
to-
yeah.
Okay. That's
getting
all
a
I needed
good
to talk
hold
about.
of each other. Seeing
got any
where
clips?
everybody is.
Beautiful. We should honestly, if we can.
Can we pull that up? I'm curious now. I'm sorry. I'm hella
Okay,
hungry.
what-
to-
and
my
they're
podcast.
like,
What is it called? I'm sorry.
What is the name
If you
of the sport?
like just type in Turkish oil wrestling images, now you'll get.
I don't know if I want to see what this is going to
He
bring
just
up.
said Turkish oil.
If you like burly men,
No, honestly, it's just two.
And don't stop at Turkish oil because that's something totally different.
yeah, I don't know what's gonna pull up then.
If we're talking about things that have a name, I worked in the kitchen of a hospital, and we had this big industrial machine for making eggs for all the people in the hospital. It was a steamer. It was a steam machine for like the eggs that we put in the frozen eggs. Do you know what the brand of steamer this was? This was a Cleveland steamer.
A Cleveland steamer.
I swear to God, this was actually a fucking Cleveland brand steaming machine. It was a Cleveland
It
steamer.
was made from, yeah, you got it.
So
And I was the only guy that knew it. I'm like, is this for real?
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Is
Look
that
at that,
a
look at them,
is
look
that
at-
a
click on
reference?
that.
Yeah, we are. Hold
Look
on
at,
a
look at
second.
those
Let me.
warriors.
Is that a reference? A Cleveland steamer?
So that's a sex act.
Oh dear Jesus.
Can I describe it?
I've heard someone described as like ugly women described as Cleveland Browns when I was in Philadelphia.
I feel like that's a local thing. I don't know.
Cleveland
Like
when-
local
'Cause,
colloquialism.
evidently Cleveland
one?
has a
Tip
good
me
year.
to the
Any of
game
them is
before we
good.
move on. What is a
I mean,
Cleveland
look at
steamer?
the one bottom.
Nope.
Yeah, so this is
Nope, you're gonna finish explaining what a Cleveland steamer is. You can't leave me hanging.
okay.
there.
Well, that's the thing. 'Cause, well, I don't know if it's live stream appropriate. So a Cleveland steamer. I honestly don't even know if it's like a real thing or one of those things that people just like.
What's your
A
understanding
joke
of it?
about?
Yeah, because so a proper Cleveland steamer. By the way, again, just the name of this machine I had in this fucking hospital.
Because we aren't googling this, all right?
No, please do not Google
Okay,
Cleveland steamer.
okay.
But Cleveland steamer is a sex act where you take a bowel movement on the chest of somebody.
Oh, this is German.
Well,
This is German.
that'd be no, that's not the Cleveland. That's not the Cleveland steamer.
That is the funniest thing I've heard.
What that is, JoMama. That's the Cleveland Scheisse.
That is so good. This is German. Only those dirty bastards.
Speaking of German, my uncle, I remember he was laughing his fucking ass off. He could not contain himself. He's like, "Do you know what they call on the exits of the Autobahn?" He's like, "The exits to turn off. Do you know what they're called?" And I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Arschfahrt." He's like, "Ass fart," and I'm like, "Okay." Literally, that's the German word for like exit is Arschfahrt.
I can't remember.
Because an
Remember.
ass fart
Yeah,
is
you were
kind
from
of
Germany.
It's
Yeah, I
it's
drove in Germany too.
Ausfahrt.
Yeah, ass fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's spelled A-U-S and then Faden.
Oh yeah.
And if
yeah,
you
I
think
get
of, if you think about it, an ass fart is an exit.
well, also the one
Kannst du
that
auf Deutsch reden?
the one that was like
No.
Back to making
The-
eye contact.
it's like
There
a
we go.
hazard
We're
sign,
building
it says
up.
kaput.
Slowly.
Like
Kaput,
kaput
yeah.
is like a hazard
Kaput is
sign.
pretty international.
Yeah, kaput. But anyways, okay, back to oil wrestling now.
Yes.
Thank you so much for entertaining.
There they are. There they are.
Oh
Okay.
my
So yeah.
Groping
cultural
each
sport.
other.
So that's the leather pants, and that's how you get the grip because they're oiled. You
Okay.
can't expect them to have a grip when
So
they're
they
oiled.
must have started on the ground for that one.
How did the Greeks do this?
Oh, this is a Greek.
No, this
no,
is
this is-
Turkish.
this
I'm
is
saying
Turkish.
no. You see, the Greeks did it
So,
naked.
but his hands are down his pants.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
to
how you
get
get
a
the
grip?
grip.
That's like you get your elbow in there, and then now you got leverage.
How else will you
He
get a
can't
grip?
do it over his
Okay.
pants.
You can't grab.
You can't grip the pants. You're covered in oil.
Oh, the worst thing is they go, oops, I keep slipping. Oops, I keep slipping.
Exactly,
Oops, I keep
exactly.
And
slipping."
those pants are
Oh,
leather.
wow.
Like they don't stretch.
These men are so heterosexual. They could have the fist up
Oh,
their
yeah.
ass and it would still be straight.
Oh
Like,
wow.
Although they both look
And,
very kind of
like,
into it.
Off
bestie.
the field, they'll be all handsy. Like the Turkish culture.
This is a beautiful cultural sport. How dare you?
Oh my gosh.
In
Okay.
Turkish culture,
I think we can
men,
change the
men
screen.
touch each other a lot. Like really burly male
Hon-
men. We
honestly,
touch, we hug, we touch.
Oh my
Holding
God.
hands
Put
is just like a
another-
normal-
put
I don't know
the
about
other
holding
pic-
hands,
oh,
but
yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
like Persian or something.
This
that
is
they
really
pull.
national pastime or national. Totally.
Because they got
Look at all the
kids.
kids in the background.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
wrestling during
They're
the
like, when you
Turkish
grow up, this is you.
festival in
Oh, when you
London.
So this isn't even. So they're bringing it to London now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We're
So-
expanding.
Oh,
We're expanding, ladies and
I can't-
gentlemen.
you know what?
heard it here.
expanding
What's
it
the name of
many
the? What is the
ways.
name of this sport?
Look out for
Just oil.
Yağlı güreş. Yeah.
I cannot wait for the SF localized Yala Goreshi
They will.
competition. I will be
They
there.
will. Come on.
I will
That
be-
was
I
that
will
was
oil up.
awesome. You just
Could
took
you
that sound
imagine?
and made it a
you
word.
put this show on a grassy field in Castro.
This would be honestly. This actually no. Honestly,
You're
They
char-
do oil wrestling.
I wasn't thinking about that. That could actually be a big
You're
industry.
charging, and then you do a bear open mic on
on
the field.
A
Bears
bear
only-
open
You're
mic.
enterprising. Like,
When you
this
say
I'm
bear,
sure-
do you mean like bare naked?
No,
No,
bear,
come on.
bear,
Come
bear.
on.
Oh,
Yeah.
bare men,
And
men that
when you mean
are okay.
by open mic, do you mean open mic?
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, yeah, the mic is there. He spreads
They
his cheeks.
they can come in and try their hand with a Turkish olive oil wrestler.
Dude, I know
Oh,
I've
look at
been.
this. This is crazy.
Yeah, see, you see how we got him going?
They get into it, man.
But it's like
He needs to be able to carry
give him
him
like
for
the
3
Brooklyn-
steps like that to
Brooklyn
win
Raspberry
or
thing
score a
going.
point.
You have to score the points.
Those dudes are so strong.
You see, I heard there was something like in under the pants though that they grip to.
No.
Is it the pants itself?
It's
No,
their,
it's the
their
pants.
junk.
testicles?
It's their junk. Their junk. They're hanging on.
No, because
to
I
with
heard
their
there was like a
jib.
rope. I heard there was like a rope
Oh.
they pull, but no,
Oh.
it's just the pants.
No rope.
Okay.
Oh, I would hope not. Or I would hope it's
It's
just
the
going
tie
Well,
around
that's what I
the
thought.
waist
That's
or
because they're
something.
going in.
I don't
They're
think
going
that
like
feels good
they're
anyway.
going under the belt.
Like the
Like
current position doesn't feel good either.
I don't.
That
Well,
guy does better than I do.
I'm just saying, like, I hurt my back bending over. These motherfuckers are like
okay, we
not
can
just
take it off.
bent over. They're getting
Oh,
like.
sister, you got to stay limber. Come on, you know
Oh my
from your
gosh.
military experience.
oh yeah, come
I'm
on,
at
come on.
that
How's your
age where
cardio?
Everything hurts.
Everything always hurts.
Do
That's just
yoga.
life.
I'm getting acupuncture. I'm still in the
Do
process
yoga.
of like
Get your
mentally-
flexibility, and the strength will come.
So
Honestly, I never. Sorry to cut you off. I never believed in yoga until when I was roofing, and one of the guys I was working with, this 6'6", like 400-pound bear of a man from former Yugoslavia. I threw my back out, and then I show up to the job site.
There's a yoga.
He's like doing the downward dog and all that shit, and all these kids we're working with, they're all just like, hey, he's bent over, but he's like, you know what is gay? Throwing your back out and not being able to provide family.
How about that?
And like,
is that how he said it?
pretty much.
How about that?
He never threw his back out, strong as a bull.
Oh my God. People have been trying to pick me up and they've been throwing their back out. It just so happened it happened 2 times like
Why are
over
they
the
trying to
last week.
pick you up?
Okay, so a friend out of nowhere just picked me up and he was like, oh my God, my back went out. And I was like, I'm so sorry. At the same place, another friend wanted to pick me up. What, do I have a sign on me that says pick me up? But she threw her back out and they're like, dude, Joanne, you're breaking all these backs. And I'm like,
You know what?
I didn't even ask for them to pick me up.
Exactly. That sounds like a skill issue for them. If their backs aren't like, come on.
Stretch first before you.
I don't go into the gym and pick 300 pounds up. Like, I know what my limits are.
Do I look like a damsel in distress? Is that why all these
sweep you
motherfuckers,
off
these
again.
ogres are trying to like pick me up? No, I'm not. They're not ogres. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it like
They're
that.
not. No, they're not ogres. They're weak little peasants in the
But-
village
Are
because they
these,
can't
like,
handle any.
emotionally immature boys trying to act like we're in middle school
I
to
guess
stay
so.
high to you.
I guess
They
so.
just come and pick you
Yeah,
up.
I guess so. But the first
Is Turkish dating?
the
Just pick 'em
first
up.
yeah, my wife now.
Yeah. You just hit him over the head and just throw him over your shoulder.
I'm just saying, if
Off
like a
you
good
go.
man fell on my lap,
You
be
want
like,
the
"You're mine
woman, you
now."
take the woman. Now
Joanne,
they're gonna-
JoMama,
This
take
is
up.
gonna be my grab them by the pussy clip.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're mine now.
Oh, we just lost Victoria.
You got
You want the woman, you take the woman.
You got to take up the dating tactics of a carnivorous
I
plant.
forget how much their
Latch
message
on,
go.
never let go.
Oh my god.
They'll be here with like pickets and spears out there waiting
can't.
for me.
Try to
Get that Turkish man. Give him
on.
to us. Give him to us.
Dating is like such first of all, I'm going through way too much shit to like even want to date, so I'm probably not in the right mindset.
Story with you.
Right, but I mean, like, here you are in a
What
good place
crazy.
in your life where you're happy where you are and you're able to date, or you're
No.
dating.
No.
Oh, you're in a relationship.
I was, but I'm not. And then dating parts is so daunting. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna say it.
like, are you? And this year I'm 50,
Uh-huh.
so I have so many things established. The way I view the world is established. So, and the relationship I got out of was a 5-year relationship. So we put some. I was
That's some time in.
stepfathering her
Oh,
Damn.
her daughter, all of that. And then but now like find somebody, get to know that person.
It's so much
establish, all of that. I'm like, hold on, I'm busy.
See what I mean? That like you were talking about, you
Or
don't have time,
you could
but
just load an app on your phone.
And just
So-
go through the catalog. And
Nah, but,
this one, I wish it was like that. I wish I was rich enough to be able to afford
good night. I'm
Prostitutes?
hookers.
Yeah, okay. Great minds think alike.
Children to hear.
Just it's an honest relationship. We all know why we're there.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get
There's
paid,
transactional
I'll pay
energy.
you.
Let's just be nice to each other for about an
Amicable.
hour.
Just in time for our new sponsor,
Just-
Holly's Hookers.
And then
is
you,
joining us.
yeah, you just leave me there.
Skinny pimp
tuck me
walks in.
Yo,
Don't
what
take
is
a nap.
that?
No heart's broken.
Madison.
You don't pay them to come over, you pay them to leave.
Ashley Madison, that website.
Oh,
Ashley
yeah,
Madison.
yeah, the
Okay,
cheating website.
I should have known.
By the
there
way,
was a
shout out to
problem.
all prostitutes out there.
We are pro sex worker.
I should have known there was a problem whenever our family emails started getting Ashley Madison motherfucking emails.
The targeted ads.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what had happened was I guess he was texting, like the back page girls and shit, and then it was linking to like Ashley Madison, and that's the
He had a little profile there or
the-
something.
I don't know, but anyways, when you do stuff online, it's linked to your family email, it's gonna show up. So I should have known.
Cache and cookies and shit.
Like I should have known that I didn't prompt this to start happening. Anyways,
A fine PSA. Thank you.
yeah, so married women, if your family account starts getting some weird emails from Ashley Madison or some dating website, just know somebody's been going to those sites.
I'll one
And,
up on you if you share like your Google
Login or
or
profile.
like your cloud space with your family.
Oh, your calendars.
Don't
yeah.
take pictures for your doctor to see spots on different parts of your body, and then have it scrolling through your big screen during the holidays.
Oh, okay, so I don't know if y'all know, Paul has a family of, you have 4 kids, right?
Yes,
And so
I have 5, but I raised 4.
right, okay, so when
bless
you have this large family, you start to have these drives. Like I have a storage of family pictures and everything that went on the main drive.
Yeah.
And the Seagate, we call it, because it's like
That's
10
the name of
terabytes.
that's a brand.
Yeah, we bought it from Costco. Anyways, so like
Hopefully a sponsor.
when you download everything on the Seagate, which is hella terabytes of memory,
Yeah.
sometimes like the bedroom videos get mixed in there.
Uh-oh.
That happens.
And then this is as parents, okay? You have to make sure that those don't come up when they're scrolling through the freaking.
Well,
yeah.
The
soon we'll
cloud.
have a program just like find all the booty pictures and then
Oh my
that's gonna
God.
file it in a certain space for you.
It'll recognize that this is a
We're gonna have some
genitalia or
robotic
something.
data analyzer.
Going back a second to what you said,
Uh-huh.
wives, if you see those Ashley Madison targeted ads, I'm looking right at the camera to the wives out there. Yeah, definitely start snooping around. And husbands, buy a second phone, get another plan, keep it off of your home network so that you won't get the targeted ads.
Or husbands,
For when
if
you're
you
cheating.
do that,
This
don't
hour's
be husbands.
secret word is burner phone.
Secret word.
Here's the deal: if you don't want to be married, don't be married.
Right. That's it.
Or just be like on the foundation. Just be like, I'm a whore.
Yeah,
Let them
flat out
know.
honest,
You're a
right?
polygamist or
Talk
whatever.
to each other.
Go to
goddamn it.
Utah.
Talk to each other. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's
People are not
big.
talking to each other. People are always talking about something else.
I
People
try
are
and think
not
about
talking
that,
about
yeah.
what's happening. Talk about that.
I think a lot of people enable each other's bad behavior because we expect for them to enable our bad behavior. Does that make sense? So like, when,
Oh, for sure. I
When
hate
you-
when I'm drinking and my friends aren't. It's like
they're not falling into your peer pressure.
for any kind of, for also any other drug too. It's just like, what do you? Come on.
Why aren't you smoking weed with us?
I don't have a problem.
Here, take this. What's this? And why do you got to ask all these questions?
God.
You know, there's like the
fucking nerve.
good guy and the bad guy in this picture. You're like,
Yeah, the devil.
And I'm the good guy. I'm giving my friends free drugs. How am I the bad guy?
they're trying to be sober.
If I was
I
evil,
tease
I'd be
you.
charging them.
Thank you, Paul.
That's all I'm saying.
This whole alcoholism and druggy thing is a new thing too for me.
What are- You're from Turkey. They like opium.
No, we all drink.
Oh my
we
God,
all use
he said-
like everybody be here. Here's the thing. What's missing is not
The functionality of it, where you can hold down
no,
a job
what's
and still
missing
be
is
drunk.
the etiquette of drinking, etiquette of doing drugs. That's what's missing in our culture. Like for example,
Etiquette of everything.
right? Etiquette of everything. If we all go out drinking, and one of us become a Britney Spears drunk, I'm not hanging out with you anymore because now
Damn.
you are a liability to my fun.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's true. I don't want to
didn't
be
come out there
responsible
to
for you.
hold your hair up.
There
I
you
came
go.
out there to enjoy myself. Now, if you're becoming a mess, we're done.
Ooh,
And
divorce is
that's-
when
that's
people
fair.
get kicked out
that
of
kind of
places.
social control keeps people in check in Turkey. Not here. Not here.
Because it's like, well, I could see that in Turkey where it's like, hey, bro, you're being cringe. Like, you got to control your shit. But if you said that shit to your friend in America, it's like, I'm drinking more out of spite.
Honestly, I think
And your friend's grabbing his phone and putting it on Instagram.
so. Troublesome people tend
Honestly,
to
honestly,
eliminate
honestly.
themselves eventually. Troublesome people will eliminate themselves eventually because when they go to establishments, establishments will determine that they are not good for that establishment and they will 86 them.
Why do you think I got kicked out of Canada?
Oh dear. So you got 86 out of Canada.
Pretty much.
What
I
year did you leave?
86 Canada out of me.
Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask that many questions because I remember the
That's all good.
hesitancy of like the details, which I don't want you to like tell all your details.
I have a green card. Dual citizenship. I was born in Detroit. I do have family in Canada. I've been back and forth. Colin from Canada. It's a stage name.
Okay,
Anyone
good.
from ICE listening?
Okay, now I feel safer because you were joking about ice, and I was like, dude,
When you perform there, are you calling from Michigan?
I'm just calling.
You just calling.
Anonymously.
Okay.
See, I don't think Canadians
C from the D
should
could run
count as immigrants, though.
what? They
No,
sound
keep
like
them. No, keep them
immigrants.
out. Keep them out.
I'm
Canadians
not saying
fucking
don't
suck.
get 'em-
No,
don't bring you in. I'm just saying
and don't bring.
don't count them as immigrants because
That they kind of do that though, because you can come here 6 months without a visa.
You guys are
Oh,
pseudo
you're saying
adapted
they're-
to the culture, maybe like 20 years behind, but like
That's
You know.
true. I'm not even mad. That's
Okay.
kind of
I've seen your
accurate. 20
TV
years.
shows,
Yeah.
Immigration is simply a status for taxation and stuff, so that they can.
which I don't benefit from any of it.
No.
I hate to say it,
It's
but we're
been
kind of
so hard to be poor in this country.
we're kind of dipping into politics again. But
Damn it! That's you see.
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
escape
It's
it.
all intermingled.
That's not politics, though. That's reality. Like as an immigrant, I wasn't able to be poor enough to benefit from because the state itself, there is a net. It will catch you because I'm watching people being caught left, right, and center by the system.
You're talking about here?
Yeah, here.
Yes.
Well,
Like,
the funny thing is, even just
Yeah.
that sentence right now, the bots on YouTube and Facebook are going crazy trying to fact check you because they heard things like immigration policy.
Oh yeah.
it's an election year
and all
too.
of a sudden,
Right?
the bot's like, burning
And
up.
the bots are dumb.
To build on what you're saying though, it is interesting because in this country, there are a lot of systems in place to keep people like food stamps, for example. We don't have that in Canada. If you're hungry, fuck you. That's kind of the proximity. But
Figure it out.
honestly, but in this country though, I can understand how immigrants coming to this country, if they had a means to come here, the government may see you as like, well, if you could afford to come here, why do you need to be on food stamps? Because you must have had some money from somewhere.
Food stamps
For that
is a
extent.
status.
Well,
I'm not even saying like food stamps, but like I can see how they could see like maybe you're from a certain tax bracket. If
you-
you
if
had
you-
enough to go to university
If
from
you
where you're
come to
from.
my neighborhood every Monday, go to our neighborhood park
Mhm.
every Monday. Sonoma County Food Bank Empire or something
give you
shows up with a big old truck, hands out free food for all the families that show up to get, and you can actually do a legitimate grocery shopping. All you
Oh.
gotta do is flash a California ID,
Mm.
so they can just write it down. That's it. No obligation, no nothing. Take what you need.
Good to go.
We live in abundance.
So,
Oh, of course.
but-
No,
We live in abundance in this
it's
country.
it's such a beautiful problem in this country that people have to take drugs to stop themselves from eating.
So,
We're bored, man. We're bored.
as far as like food stamps, it's based on how much you earn. If you earn a certain amount, then they figure you can afford to buy your own food, and then based on your household size.
You should be doing like you have a 5-year-old. You're a single mom.
Well, my 5-year-old is in Texas,
Oh,
so I don't have primary custody because the home that I built, the home that I we built, it was in Texas, and I just had leaving my ex behind meant I had to leave all of that behind as well, which was very painful because my name may still be on the house. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting hella depressive now.
that's all right. Hey, it is what it is.
But anyways, that's not even where we were going with.
Here, wait, sorry. Talking about
You
Texas.
built that. You built something else. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
how
if
long
I
have you
did
lived in
before.
Texas?
I moved to Texas 2005.
So if I said this, would you be able to complete the sentence? The stars at night
Yeah.
are big and bright,
I-
deep in the heart of Texas.
I said I lived there. I didn't say I'm from there.
Thank you, Paul,
You're
for
But-
humoring me.
No,
Fine.
no, no. I had to really think. I was like, is it deep in the heart of Texas? But then I wasn't as excited, only because I
You've had
saw
it
the
in you
Pee
at
Wee
least.
Herman show. Yes, I'm very familiar when
Yeah,
Pee Wee
Pee-wee
Herman.
Yo,
He was.
can we talk about Paul Rubin? Is that his name? Something.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens. His crime
Uh-huh.
is nothing. He went to a porno theater,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and they're like saying he's like what are you gonna do at a
I'm
porno
not familiar
theater?
with this. What happened?
Okay,
So,
so Pee Wee
big
Herman.
children's entertainer in like the 80s,
Yeah,
80s,
80s.
90s, had a TV show and
Pee
everything.
Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He got caught jerking off in a porno theater.
Yeah. What else you gonna do there?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
No,
supposed to
like
take family pictures. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
you're weird if you're like looking at people
There's
jerking
a
off there.
microphone in
I know.
front
I
of
keep
you.
hitting the fucking. Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me.
We're gonna put a bell around his
No,
neck later.
you know what, Colin? Colin, when I first started doing podcasts here, I sat in that seat and I would get stupidly excited.
Well,
It's
to
a fun
his defense, that microphone won't stay down. You
And-
can push it
Oh,
and
no.
watch.
It's
Hold on.
longer.
It's
This-
true, it's
This
true.
microphone's got an erection.
Ah.
And if this is the first time you've done a podcast here, this is the first time you got to learn the environment. So I feel you. I obviously love coming here enough that I'm still here.
I'm still willing to put up with Paul's shit.
I'm still
Hold on.
trying. No, this is such an awesome place. It's just what was I gonna say? You're excited and you're swinging your arms around like
I grew up around Italians, but my entire block was all Italian, so I'm very like
do you know how long your
my
your
wingspan.
is?
I actually don't. It's crazy. I still have memories of being like a toddler having to like climb up my like dresser drawer, like having
Oh,
to physically
wow.
climb up it, and it's like that's
That's
not.
how young you are. God, you've only been alive for 25 years. I'm not jealous, but damn.
It's
like,
Not at all.
No.
I wouldn't want to be back to 25.
No. I'm so happy to be where I am.
Yeah,
I feel like the life I've lived so far, and y'all can laugh at this, but like
We
the
will.
mistakes I've taken, and where I'm at, I feel like it's all worthless. I should just give up right now. Like
No.
I feel like I'm at my like I can't.
Listen,
You
I,
can
I,
start up
I
again.
know one of the 39 survivors that jumped off of.
The Golden Gate Bridge?
Yeah.
Good
Fucking
God.
hell.
Oh yeah, that gentleman. Yeah,
he's a comedian friend. He's up north with us, and
we interviewed him on a show a couple weeks ago here.
oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. He I wrote my first suicide joke after I met him.
Mm.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Hey, you don't have a suicide joke." I'm like, "I don't."
As a comedian, you need one of
He
those
goes,
in your holster.
Come on, man, for exercise purposes. I'm like, you guys don't want me to do that. And then they're like, please, just to write one. And then I did.
I have.
And then I'm like,
We gotta hear it now.
Yeah, what is
oh, as an immigrant, I'm so optimistic I even encourage suicidal people.
I've heard that. I heard that on the clip.
I tell them to touch their dreams.
And nobody was like,
I'm
why did
touching
you?
mine.
You believe in America so much, yeah. Please
I'll touch
accomplish what
mine,
you want to
touch
finish.
yours.
Hmm.
But
right.
in reality,
That's
though,
beautiful.
anyone who has tried and didn't make it, I shake their hand and I'm like, congratulations, man, that's bravery.
That hasn't made
They
it.
didn't make it. They failed at it. They're losers.
But
They're losers, and that's
no.
I have.
They thought about it and they executed a plan, which didn't work.
You put.
Yeah.
Okay,
You put your mind to it, they
I'm
take an
such a
action.
Bitch, I think about it all the time, but there's no
Woo!
plan. There's
No, thank you.
I
I see
I
what
don't
you mean.
even know how to
They-
take myself out.
They
but
tried. They fucking
They
attempted.
went for it.
My joke on suicide is that I've tried it. It didn't even work back then, so I would have tried again.
Nice.
Can't even do that shit right, motherfucker. But no, I mean, I joke about it only because I am a survivor. Many times I've tried to kill myself. It's just because when I'm miserable, I'm fucking determined that
You got the military training too.
yeah, but that failed me too. I couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, even in fucking America.
So I kind of segue into it. So I have over 5 minutes of failed suicide attempts.
Nice.
And it was all
5
suggested
minutes.
by from a
Bang,
friend,
bang, bang.
Tony Sparks, when he
One
said I
after
should
another.
start doing self-deprecating comedy. And my lead-in is, you can tell that I love suicide. A lot of your fellow comedians that you've seen this evening love it. Why? Because I actually can do it twice. I can come up on stage and die in front of you twice, an early and a late show.
Yeah.
And so, and then it leads right into 5 minutes of just, oof.
Yeah, it was pressure. It was pressure with that joke. Because I don't like to. Because here's the thing. As far as joke writing goes,
Mhm.
I don't leave a premise alone. And if I now have to write a suicide joke, now my brain is thinking about suicide
From every angle.
from every
Yeah.
angle, and I don't want to allow that into my brain.
You don't want to be thinking about suicide now.
Yeah, but
What a lucky person you are to be
Yeah.
able to decide not
You-
to
Right,
You're
think.
right.
hyper focused.
I could just not be depressed.
The way I can like get into that is really do all the math. What if I like the math that I go?
Wait,
with?
so you're writing a joke about suicide and you're like,
And
wait a
then all
second,
of
if I
sudden,
really did put a gun in my
shit,
mouth.
man, this is it. Freeze to death. You're just dying in laughter. Like they say, it's the
No.
best way to go out.
I've had frostbite a few.
Yeah.
I've had frostbite on my penis, and that shit,
Oh God.
it's nothing but like it feels like it's gonna fall off. It's the worst fucking feeling.
It burns.
It burns.
Yeah.
It fucking burns. There is a point where it's like it doesn't burn
Oh, there's a
anymore,
joke
Yeah, I got
there.
caught
and that's when you start to worry because
minus
it's like,
22.
oh, nothing.
Isn't
Negative.
it like when you lick something
Negative
in the
40.
freezer, your tongue sticks to it, or if you lick a metal pole, it
Oh,
sticks to
so
it?
I learned that in
So there should
grade
be a
school.
joke- a
Oh,
dick
God,
joke
okay,
somewhere.
I'll stick in the.
So you're gonna tell your story, please do.
Well, no, just sticking the poles. Yeah, no, grade school. I didn't believe it, and I like the
No, you didn't.
like the biggest fucking tongue I could
What
make
would you
onto the
draw?
metal pole. The recess bell rang, so I had to literally. All I remember was
Ow.
2 strips of my tongue was on
Oh
the
my
pole.
God.
My mouth was all bloody and shit. I still had to go to class. I couldn't even go
I
home.
thought you were telling the story about how you got
My dick
frostbite on your
frozen.
dick.
Oh no, that's just like because
It was
again I
just
don't drive.
cold.
Like,
That's not eventful. It's just too cold.
You don't put enough layers on.
That's just
Shut
a
the
Tuesday in
fuck
Canada.
Honestly, it
Having
fucking
your
hurt. You get into a
dick
hot,
fall off,
hot tub, and it's just like it hurts. Like just
dissolves.
warming it back up.
Like,
It's good. I'm fully functional. But
ladies,
Wait, hold on. Let me put up the discllaimer. Hold on.
Canadian penis is fully functional. We guarantee it.
Oh my God.
But that was not a fun time. But going back to the happy topic of suicide.
Here's the disclaimer.
I'm
I'll
like,
put it on.
I'm like eating, laughing, and talking.
Can I
all
promote
because-
mine?
Please.
Can the Turkish penis, organic, never been frozen.
Oh my God.
what's the
Oh, come on.
There's
No?
a
Never
term for that
heard
for
that
like
word.
fish in the kitchen community. It's like fresh daily or something. I don't know. No, I dated a Turkish woman, and she said that after sending her photos of my body, she said I have, because I'm a mixed bag. I just say white, whatever. But she's like, you have the body of a white guy, but the penis of a Turkish man. And I think that's good.
That says a lot.
Is that good?
That's very good.
There we go.
I'm so confused. We were circumcised or uncircumcised because we were talking about.
No,
it
it's more about
earlier.
the
Oh.
spirituality of a Turkish man. I'm still sheathed.
I'm still.
If he's oozing spirituality out of his penis, I mean, what else is there to say? What else
Look,
is there to
here-
say, ladies and
This is
gentlemen?
what I
Let's
know.
just ask you: do you have a fondness for turtlenecks?
When
Oh,
I-
honestly.
This is what I'll say. As a mother, when my first child turned out to be a boy,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Look, we're gonna circumcise him."
Mm,
And I was like, "Okay,"
mm.
because I understood that to be the modern
That's-
thing to
Nah,
do.
nah. Let him.
Well-
choose. Well, I mean, he can't put it back
It's
now.
He's 23 years old now, and he's not mad at me.
Of course, because he doesn't know the difference.
Does anybody know what the real purpose?
Where-
is?
Okay, yes, I do. Actually, I'm educated on
He studied it
on
because
the
he was looking for a good joke.
anthropology of
And now our
philology.
correspondence.
No, but truly, it makes sense to circumcise if we're living 2,000 years ago in the desert. It does, because you're not going to bathe every single day and you got sand everywhere. But in this day and age where we can bathe daily, you're fine. Just fucking pull it back, put some soap, and you're good to go. Like the entire thing about sanitation is that's a fallacy.
But
Because
it's
like,
also a religious thing.
well, that's the thing too. If it's a religious thing, whatever. Sorry, guys, that were born into it. Like you're just
But then again, I didn't.
SOL. But
It wasn't for religious measures for me. It was just.
well, that's what I'm saying. Because Americans push that. In Florida, they won't even tell you. They'll just take your baby and just do it, and then give it back to you.
This was
I
in
would
Germany.
kill that doctor. I'm not trying to like incriminate myself, but like that
No,
doctor
you
would
must-
disappear.
You must fill out
In,
forms,
in Florida, they
Mhm.
it's
In
got-
Florida,
it's
they
the
just fucking-
default. The default is to circumcise.
Without even telling the parents. They just take them away. They're
In
like, oh, we're bringing the baby
Florida-
into the room.
I know here in California that you have to opt or not opt for it.
It,
Isn't Florida where Jewish people go to die?
Boca Raton.
Okay.
Yes. That's just the
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
So the Jewish doctors are like, nah, make him one of us.
There's a joke here in
I'm
the
a
punchline.
tourist.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Can't look at me again.
I look for tips.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. While we're talking about Jewish people, I have this great memory. My mother took me to a local synagogue growing up because they had an open house, and she's like, "Let's just go and learn because it's nice to learn about other cultures."
Okay.
So we're going through, and there's this one guy. I swear to God, we're in the main part of like the temple, and this random guy asking the tour guide, and he's just like, "I just have an honest question." And the woman running the tour was like, "Okay, well, please ask us." He said, "Is there a connection between Jews and jewelry?"
Oh my god.
And the woman was just like, no, there's not. And I was like 7, and I was just like, what are we doing here?
Oh. Okay.
Fast forward so many years later, he's. a
Did you
stand-up
ask that
comedian.
question?
No, it was a random guy.
Oh.
He's just like he's just like, I have this genuine question. Is there a connection?
Okay.
Ah.
I could picture this guy just like at midnight, he's just like, it's all coming together.
Not the same, but
The letters are the same.
like 1998 when I was stationed in Germany. 1999, stationed in Germany, 12-hour shift on the flight line with, I get posted with whoever I get posted with, and he just so happened to be Jewish. And I was so excited because I was like, I have so many questions. Oh my God, did I sound so ignorant? But the truth is, I had no idea.
You are.
Yeah,
In a way, what do
that's
you
fine.
know?
I'm
Right.
ignorant till he explains, right?
Yeah.
But the problem
We
there
don't talk
was
about that.
he's like, what the fuck? I'm stuck with this dumb bitch.
Ah.
It's like,
Did he
oh,
say that?
No, he didn't, but I could feel it. Because he had the Star of David. I was like, oh my God, you have the Star of David. And he's like, yes, I'm Jewish. And I'm like, is that a race or a religion? He says both. And I was like, more questions. So what are you? And then he's just like, I get it though. Because, okay, me being a Filipino young woman, everyone always assumed that they're going to tell me about how Filipino I am. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Are you asking me or telling me? But with him, I was asking him questions, not like I was also insinuating what I understood it to be.
Yeah.
So
Right.
kind of ignorant.
You were, you learned some things and you got some questions out.
And it depends on who
became a
you
better
bump
person,
into. Like,
right?
if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I heard you're Muslim. I have a bunch of questions about Islam." I mean, I'll answer the questions, but I wouldn't run with those answers and think that I know everything about Islam.
Well, you're not the
you know?
fucking president you're not the imam
Even
of
that
all.
guy.
Ooh,
You know, how much does he know?
serious question though. Do you how devout are you into the prayer mode of the
This is how devout I am. I met a Turkish younger kid, older than you, younger than me, arrived from Turkey because he won the green card lottery.
Yeah, I've heard
Damn.
of that.
He just showed up and we're talking. He's constantly like, "Oh, Engin abi," which means brother Engin. He kept saying, "You've been away from the culture for too long. You've been away from culture for too long." He goes, "When was the last time you went to prayer?" I said, "It's been a while." No, he said, "When was the last time you were at a mosque?" I'm like, "It's been a while." He goes, "Would you go to holiday prayer?" I'm like, "If somebody comes, I only go to holiday prayers if somebody says, 'Let's go to the holiday prayer.' If somebody says, 'Let's go to the holiday
Basically, you don't
prayer,'
go-
I'm
go
not
up there.
going to say no.
Mhm.
I'll go."
Hmm.
So, as you guys know, I live in Santa Rosa. We all live in Santa Rosa. The holiday comes about. He goes, "Brother Engin, remember, you promised I'm going to take you. We had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning." I'm like, "Why?"
Because
Because it's at sunrise. Like, why at 4 o'clock in the morning? He goes, "Well, we have to go to Palo Alto." I'm like, "Dude, this is the beauty of being a Muslim. Like, the Mecca is this way.
Yeah,
you can
you
just
should know
bend
where
over
the-
and do your thing wherever you want. Why do we need to go all the way to Palo Alto to do this?"
you have to do it in a group.
You can't get a group in Santa Rosa.
But it reminded me everything why I left Turkey.
But you're
That kind of
absolutely
cultural
right.
pressure.
That kind of cultural pressure was there because we ate segregated. Like, men were on one side.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Come on, man. We arrived. We're in America now. You can work things out. I don't care if your lady wants to wear a hijab."
I
But
think
that
it's-
Lululemon tight looks a little funny under that hijab too, though.
there's a lot of intricacies. Like even like a woman is menstruating, they're seen to be dirty, so that men don't want to make contact. Is that I mean, this is just what I remember being in a household, and I was staying with my ex-husband and his family, and his stepfather was Muslim, but also I don't know how devout, but what I remember he was saying was his girlfriend, my ex-husband's mom, was on her cycle and then they couldn't be in the same room. I was like, that's
Oh.
different.
I've heard
Well,
that.
even for
I've heard that.
Hasids, the male and women need to go into a mikvah, which is like a spiritual kind of cleansing bath. Like they're like that. That's
Oh.
just like all these religions.
Okay, so having been Christian and like being devout, one of the things I learned was when you're counseling another Christian, if it's a male on female kind of counseling, that's discouraged simply because we in our human nature tend to our mind wanders. So even little things like that, men and women like consulting each other is kind of discouraged just because there's confusion in the chemistry.
Or a male counselor could tell that woman, "You better put your slippers back on and get back into that
If you
kitchen.
don't know how to make bread,
This is-
You don't know how to
enough
make
is enough. Enough out of you.
I worked. I worked
Be
with.
grateful.
We just lost Justina Bull. Hold on.
Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen.
Let's go.
Talking about like
Let's go.
superstitions and like old world stuff. I worked with this girl from Colombia, and it was in a kitchen. And if you were a guy sweeping, she had to stand up on like a stool or a chair or something,
What?
because if her feet got touched by the broom, she would never be married.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
You've heard about
That's
about
so
that?
sad. I don't wanna be
Superstitions are
sued.
amazing.
She's like, no, let me sweep, please. Let me sweep.
Hold on.
Superstitions are like as terrible as being afraid of spiders.
Okay, let me tell you this much. My son, my 23-year-old, he is about 5'9". He is 5'9". Me and my ex-husband, his father is shorter than me. So I'm 5'3", and his father was like 5'2". My son was destined to be short. But for everybody who said that, I was like, no. He's gonna be tall. So little things like superstitions of how they would cross over. Like if he's laying on the ground and somebody crossed over his feet, I would make them go back because
That would make them short.
yeah, that would
You
keep
guys
them
believe
short.
that too?
They wouldn't
In
grow.
Turkey, we have
You
that.
you heard that? So I'm like, no,
Yeah,
you
don't
go
jump
back.
over your brother.
So even
He'll
though
be short.
I don't believe in
You're like,
superstition,
"Hey."
I don't believe in superstition. But when it came to my son, I was like, don't you speak any of that shortness on him.
But
you
when
go
your
back.
babies are involved, it's like.
Yeah, and you know what? He's tall. He's tall now. He's
Fuck yeah.
taller than me.
There you go.
Yeah.
I heard that as a rule
How
though.
tall
Like,
are you?
I'm 5'3".
I heard genetically, like you will always be taller than the mother, at least.
Really?
I heard something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
yes.
it kind of makes sense because I see
passed
some
my
women
mom in
like their
middle
moms are like
school.
4'11" and the guys are
My
like
mom is
5'3".
Your mom's little.
My mom is
I think the
My
way
dad was
food,
tall.
food is made nowadays.
American food.
With the genetically
Yeah,
modified.
look at me.
I'm seeing women that are like fucking 6'11"
Well,
and
no,
shit.
no.
Like
My children became prepubescent very young. Like I'm just saying, developing breasts and everything. My daughters, I'm just like, what the fuck?
You had a couple free range children.
Yeah. Free range. But I was just like, they're growing way faster than what I remember growing up. And yeah,
Do
until
think
you
it's
have
the
daughters,
hormones and stuff in food?
I think
and they're
it's
turning the
hormones
freaking
and
frogs
stuff.
gay.
Oh wait, that's something else.
It's a deep cut. Yeah, but,
I'll
no,
let
but
you-
honestly, I
It's
heard
a French story, a French like a reference from what I understand, something like that. Anyways, that's terrible. Let me not take that back. I'm sorry.
Not French,
That
but,
was ignorant. I'm sorry.
if you ever have another son, what I've heard is sleeping lots is really good. You grow when you sleep, and also swimming. Swimming will give you broad shoulders. I was like a fish baby. I was always swimming and shit.
I think anytime that you exercise any muscles and then you encourage it to grow as a child, that's good.
They'll grow.
And then I heard cardio until they're like 16, and then put them in the weight. Because if you get them doing like weight training when they're young, it'll
Oh, yeah,
diminish
it'll
their body because their hormones.
Stunt their
or something.
growth.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
if you look at like gymnasts that have been practicing gymnastics from a young age, they don't start their menstruation till like much older in life because their body is so stunted. Like
Even on the other side of the spectrum, I worked for I don't know if I should name drop, but he was a gold medal deadlifter for Canada, and he's like 5'11". His dad got him into bodybuilding at like 13, and he's like ripped. He can pull 700 pounds, but like just pulling that heavy though like
Yeah.
compressed his spine.
oh yeah.
And his dad's like a 6'6", so he should be tall.
we're
Is
supposed
he
to
as
grow naturally.
spiritual as a Turkish man?
He looks like a Turkish man. His mom's Italian, but his dad's
But is
white.
he as spiritual?
I
Oh,
wouldn't
so-
know.
oh my
I
God.
wouldn't know.
Is this a callback to earlier?
Oh
Getting it
my
back.
god.
Which you just landed on nobody.
I got it. I was there, and I'm the guy at the helm.
For what it's worth, when I was at the VA, they had this vending machine and it had a pack of Magnum condoms, and I was like, I'm just gonna get that to manifest some good big dick. And
Yeah, attract it. Yeah, manifest it.
Like,
Was
since we're
this
talking
was
about-
this Magnum condom section in the VA? Was it like untouched by man?
No, okay. So
Was it
check
never
this.
used?
They have this vending machine called the safe. It's for safe things. So they have like needle exchange, like things for people who have risky behaviors.
Is it one of those things like you kind of punch it? Like you're not putting money in for the
Yeah,
condoms.
you just punch in your code and then you can get whatever. There's a safe snort straw thingy there. It's like it's beautiful. It's like different colors of straws, but I'm not gonna be that fool to
I
get
didn't use
it.
the bill.
Because I mean, if I get it, then they're like, "Oh, she's doing cocaine." Like, no, I don't want. But the straws are hella pretty.
Yeah, and it's
Anyways.
attached to your veteran card. isn't
Yes,
it?
it's
What if I
a-
just
So
use?
they know exactly what
It's-
you're doing?
What if I
That's
just use the
what
straws
they-
for like mojitos
I know, right? This is for my cocktails.
Who's doing drugs?
But I was
up the nose?
well, since we're talking about Turkish whatever, because I'm finally catching on to what that means.
You really are a mom.
She's so quick. I'd like to trap this girl.
So I'm like, Magnum condoms. Yeah, I was like, but I didn't even have enough nerve to ask because I lost my card, and nobody to ask somebody to help me would cause a scene, and it's like, for what? For some Magnum condoms for the Magnum condom guy I don't have. I'm just trying to
Oh.
manifest the possibility by having the condoms.
Yeah.
Like,
What if you get a guy who's not a Magnum guy, but you offer a Magnum?
then you don't fit.
Yeah, no, then you gotta-
I'm
you
just
gotta
kidding.
Big
That's
old
fucked
pair of
up.
baggy jeans on.
It just
No,
falls
you should
off.
have turned this in. You should have flipped the table where you made everyone in the VA
Just
say,
falls
"Hey,
off.
if you have a big dick, get me these condoms."
No, for
And
what
then
it's
they'll all be
worth.
volunteering to.
I have normal condom sizes, so I have a variety. I just needed the Magnum for
Variety.
to fulfill your
the,
collection.
to just give me the possibility of okay.
It's fun
you-
to have options.
You can't see it if you can't see it. There you go. You can't see it coming if you don't want it to come. There you go. So I'm
coming?
manifesting some big dick energy.
All of you listening there out there,
So many innuendos
JoMama
packed into
is
like a minute.
putting
Oh
out
my
into the universe.
God.
If you got a big dick, come down see JoMama.
Okay, that's
I
enough.
just want the ones that look like the finger condoms.
Oh, those are
You get
fun.
when You cut your finger.
Those are great.
Give 'em a package
I
of
actually
those.
need finger condoms
Oh
because,
no.
because I need to keep this pinky dry.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so what did?
Get a box of those and go here, fellas.
I never got a satisfying answer. So St. Patrick's Day, it's been like a month.
Oh,
What the hell is up
no.
with this pinky? How much
She's
coke?
on- she's
How much
under
coke were you
contract.
doing?
She's
Because the
under
nail.
non-disclosure.
What'd you run
Oh,
into?
ND. Yeah.
So what had happened was it was a party, and then somebody took a Polaroid picture of me and a friend, and another chick got jealous. She was like, "That." She took my Polaroid picture, mine,
What a bitch.
put it in her back pocket, and then she's like taller than me. So I was like, you. And before I knew it, my hand was on her chest and I fucking pulled her in. And then at some point I twisted my pinky somewhere in there. But I mean, it ensued.
But
Things
the point
happen.
was
That's
made,
some
though.
thug shit you were doing out there.
Thank you. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
never even got my
thank you.
picture back.
Ah.
Yeah, thank you. But I didn't even get my motherfucking picture back.
Why did she get
So,
jealous?
what's
You
her
guys
license
were having
plate?
Too much fun.
Oh, don't say that because that's actually the follow
I was
up.
gonna.
No.
He said, what's her license plate?
No, so it's yeah,
yeah.
she okay, so coincidentally,
Coincidence.
I managed to make the most of my night. I went back to the bar, continued with my night, upset and all, but when I went back to my car, my windshield was smashed. Like my driver's side windshield was smashed to the point where it was like shattering as I drove. So
Bitches.
people could be like, "Oh, it's coincidental." No, it's not just happenstance. This is intentional.
No. Yeah, no, she's an
It's
instigator.
very- but also,
That jealous bitch, we know who you are. We're coming after you.
Oh man,
But-
that's we're getting demonetized.
but no. To release myself from any stress, I forgave her because I understand that my behavior was
Go with
poor.
God.
Yeah, my behavior was poor. I'll let God deal with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
God is
so-
going to burn her.
Well, I know this much. I have to pay for the windshield. It's instant karma. I shouldn't have put my hands on her because, as it turns out, I was the aggressor.
The photo. I'm not trying to enable.
She took your photo.
She
Yeah,
did.
she
And
did.
she
Like-
physically took it from
She
That's what I'm
did.
saying.
And you
Like,
don't put a Polaroid picture in your back pocket.
I
It
know,
will ruin
and
it.
First of all, when she crumpled it, I was like, "Hey, that's not
I'm-
nice."
I'm going to pray
she crumpled that
for
shit
the
too?
rest of her life, her Polaroid pictures are like foggy.
Showed up fucked up and shit.
Yeah.
But, and let me.
have ghosts of
Cursed.
people in the background.
I hope she gets haunted. I hope this woman is haunted.
No, I don't wish bad things on that person because I feel like they're already condemned to whatever they're going
If
through.
they're doing that right now, they got
Yeah.
some bigger
They
shit.
got some
They've got
karma,
their
yeah.
their
Mhm.
own issues, and luckily for me, that's not my problem.
Just smash a
And
fucking
and for my own sanity and my own peace, I forgive that person. And I even reached out and I was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything." She could probably think I owe her anything, but I'm relinquishing myself from owing anybody anything. I was like, "I forgive you. I'm sorry." That's all.
You're letting her know you're not coming for litigation.
Yeah, I just want to be at peace because also I work at the place that it happened at. And that person also frequents that place. So I know down the line I will see this person again. And I mean, will I like myself when I see this person? Will I act right? That's what I'm trying to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay,
Bar-
be the bigger person.
So then I
That's some
stopped
real
drinking
shit.
after that.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Because
Stop drinking after that.
Well, no, I mean drinking the way I drank that night
Okay.
because it didn't just end with like this. There was like I chased her down and then she knocked me down and I was on the ground and I was like, "Oh my God!"
There
And
was
then-
a scuffle.
there was a scuffle, yeah. A scuffle enough that I mean, like I was very insistent on getting my picture back, but I didn't get it back.
Give me the picture back, bitch.
And then
Give it
instead, I just
back.
made an ass of myself.
Give it back.
I just made an
Yeah,
ass.
don't
of
drink
myself.
that much. Fuck that photo.
And flashed and.
Well, if you
flashed
drink
the
that
whole
much,
bar.
Engin's not gonna hang out with you.
Shit.
I mean,
Like.
if we're beating people up for a photo, that's where I sign
Don't
off.
pull a Brittany.
Yeah,
It's a
don't pull
really good
Brittany.
photo though. It's a
Brittany
real-
has knives now.
Sometimes it's fun to be, with the fun people, but when they're troublemakers, it just got to the point where I was like, why does everybody want to fight me? And I'm like, fuck, it's me. I'm trying, but also I was, I'm going
That's
through,
very big of you.
I'm going through a divorce. I'm
Like,
very
I am the
depressed.
problem.
I am the problem. So I stopped drinking. I was like, that drunk
Yeah.
bitch keeps on lying to me. But yeah, I'm not the problem anymore.
If I could,
Good for you.
if I could interject, the best advice I ever got was from a local like a church pastor in the small town I was staying in. I hated the town. I was going through a lot of shit when I was like really young, and he sat me down at a coffee shop and he was telling me, he's like, you moved to a new town. You're in grade 12, so you're wrapping up high school. You're trying to meet new people because it's like a new town. I don't know anything. And he listed off a bunch of things, and it filled up the entire hand of just like new shit that I was going through. And he's like, if you had 2 of these problems,
It's already.
that's enough to drive you crazy. So it's
Yeah.
like when you have a lot on your plate already, it's like
Yep.
you got to recognize, you're on the right path, I think.
Now, show us on this cup where he touched you.
He wasn't Catholic.
Was it here?
They give you a Pee Wee Herman doll. Right here.
Yo,
So-
that's hella funny that you bring that up because, like, come Easter, come Christmas, during these holidays, we bring our kids to these like guys dressed up in costumes, and then sit our kids on these strangers, and I'm just like, I did not like it at all growing up. I'm just like, this is so weird
No.
because they're not even family, and then I'm
That's a
putting my.
stranger.
See, that's
But you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right?
No,
Like,
that's the thing though.
stranger.
I never did the mall Santa thing, but there was always like a guy in my extended family who would dress up as Santa, and I never knew who it was. I never knew which of my uncles did it because I was a young.
Because
stupid
that was
kid.
Santa.
It was fucking Santa.
Yeah.
He came to my fucking house.
Did you come from the chimney?
I get an uncle, but like a mall.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I never did
Yeah.
the
And
sit on
then
a.
on top of that, we pay. We have to pay.
You gotta pay.
Yeah, because those pictures are not cheap at all.
You taking pictures?
Having yes.
I don't know
Having
the. I don't know
raised
the.
kids-
thing.
I just go there to sit on a slab. I didn't know there was
Having raised
I'm there. I'm telling the man what I want.
Like
I
they
think-
don't
Getting
want
the
it, they
direct
don't
info
want it,
in.
and there comes a moment they want to have that picture, and then
There you
you
go.
gotta go with it.
Yeah, you have to
That's
say
how I
that you.
ended
No,
up
no,
with
no.
supported
That's
them.
that. That's that Times Square shit where like Mickey Mouse takes a photo and he beats you up if you don't give him $5.
No,
I'll
that's
beat
like
your
on the
ass.
streets of LA,
Give me a
on
tip.
Hollywood Square, like on Hollywood.
Did you ever see the photo? Maybe we could pull it up. It's a photo of one of those Hollywood guys dressed up as Mario,
Uh-huh.
and then he takes the mask off, and he already looks like Mario because he's just like a Mexican man.
Oh,
But he's wearing the big outfit. Like he takes the Mario mask off, and it just looks like a guy who could be Mario.
It's Mario.
It's just Mario.
Mario.
It's so stupid. I'm sorry.
I swear.
I'm sorry for even talking about that.
No, you're fine. We have 10 more minutes. Do you have any plugs?
There you go.
Yeah,
Plugs.
plugs like any shows, upcoming shows.
You can see me around open mic anywhere in San Francisco. Anywhere in San Francisco, I'll be based. That's pretty much it. I'm still learning the ropes, getting my footing, figuring out what to do with my life. Engin?
Go to Eventbrite, look up Comedy IRL Productions
Hell
to
yeah.
see where we put together shows and the dates available. We bring all the amazing national, and we're working on some international talent too. We're just making North Bay funny. And
Lord knows it needs it.
go to my YouTube channel
Yeah.
at Book of Engin to see some of my work, to see if immigrant comedy suits you. And thank you for having us. This
Oh,
was
yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you for the
Thank
green
you for
card
the
episode.
hospitality. We're not giving him back. Canada, you listen? We're not giving him back.
It's crazy because like sitting here, I can see how we'll bring up a topic and then within 5 minutes we'll go over the topic, cover it extensively, and then just change like within this. It's the way topics shift. It's so quick. I mean, we went from like oil wrestling. To
We did
like-
cover oil wrestling. I'm very happy about that
We
today.
covered oil wrestling.
Number one on my list.
Oh, okay. So 412. So this is one of the biggest things that I'm aware of is that time is a construct that we cannot control. However, you can make yourself work within those time frames. So 412, I have 8 minutes to pitch this. May 28th, Mint Karaoke Lounge presents comedy. I haven't have my lineup set up entirely, but my headliner will be Pam Benjamin. My host will be Ashley Tomajan. I will also have Stella Landry and Melissa Christine and James. Oh, I'm gonna mess his last name up. Uyakawa.
Do you have it written somewhere?
No, that's the old one.
James.
I can only say it with a ukulele in my hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Good old James.
Yes.
Anonymously known.
But I will have those flyers up and ready soon. See, look, I just did that whole spiel within a minute, and we have 7 more minutes. And I'm just like, oh my God, what do we do with our 7 minutes? Paul, you got anything coming up?
No, we're always just. I have stuff coming up, but I don't even know. I have May 25th at Bears Hideaway
What
in
are you?
Hollister.
On your face.
Stay.
Oh, I should put it on. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, people pay me
Be
not
nice.
to be.
Be
on
nice to
camera.
each other. Everybody's going through some shit. Be nice. Be nice.
But I also want you to pitch studio time.
Oh, studio time. Well,
Yes.
that's easy enough to do. But yeah, you can check me out. I think it's Bears Hideaway, May 25th, Hollister, California. Check out tickets, Barabee Productions on Facebook, the thing like that. And then Edge Studios online. We're here to help you create whatever you need to create. If it's a podcast, if it's a parody video, if it's you want to lay tracks. We're basically a community-based podcasting studio. People pay like a gym membership, come in, they get so many hours a month. They can be fully skilled and be able to operate a board and all the switches. See, we have all these things like this. This is how we control things. Or we can teach you how to do it, or we can do it for you. It's a collective, but check out everything we do at edgestudiosonline.com. And for me, everything is Paul Brumbaugh on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and wherever else. The post office wall next to my picture.
All right.
So thanks.
Okay, good. So I know we're wrapping it up for 420. That's freaking awesome, because by the time 420 hits, we're gonna be outside. On our commemorating 420. But I will say this much: you can check me out on My Life is Content. I did start out on TikTok, but you will find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and as it turns out, I'm a lot nicer now that I'm acupunctured. So for all the mean things that I said in the past, I'm sorry. I'm recovered. I'm a better person.
And go ahead and keep that Polaroid. That's
Drinking less.
The fact you're laughing after you said you're a nice person, I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay, so like this is not this is when it
She
became
wants to be
physical.
nice.
That's what counts.
All I know is that before this, people were challenging me to fights, and I was like, "Why are people acting all crazy?" But then it wasn't them. It's just I was sad in a bad place, and then whenever people tried me, I wanted to fight everybody.
You were feeding into it.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to help me get my anger out? Sure, let's do this, because I'm very angry. But as it turns out, that it hurts. It hurts to get your feelings out the wrong way. So, acupuncture help, and we're gonna wrap up next week's show.
How many times did you say that thing quietly before you raised your voice, though?
What is that?
Whatever you raised your voice about, how many times did you say it quietly before you raised your voice?
I don't know.
Did you have to repeat yourself 2 or 3 times? I do.
You see, when JoMama gets angry, the whites go into her eyes.
Don't-
It's blackout.
Don't
and
let
fighting.
them
There is no
Yeah,
quiet
don't-
moment.
don't
It's
let
just
them
like
con-
it's all
convince you
fight.
you're nuts. Don't
So-
let them convince
Start
you
punching
that
yourself
you're
in the
nuts.
face.
No, so
Be like, you want some of this? I want some of me.
How
what
many times did you say it?
what people fail to realize is I'm a disabled vet. So I'm a disabled vet because the U.S. government has looked at me and said, "Oh, you have these disabilities that stem from the military." And when people realize that I'm a 100% disabled vet, that
I'm perfectly fine, but I'm Turkish.
Well, that's in of itself. That's already
right.
a
So
disability.
I'm just.
I'm sorry.
So late in
I'm
the
100
podcast.
I'm
Talking
100%.
young guy, isn't he?
It's just because we've been shitting on him this whole time. It's like, oh, you poor young thing. So much life to experience. No, but it's great. I love that you're at this phase, because I feel like the younger people nowadays have access to so much more than what we had before. Like, oh, internet-wise, the internet didn't exist when I was.
Do your thing.
raised.
Do your thing. Don't embarrass, but do your thing.
No, that's what. If anything, that's what I'm starting to see is that like there is no correct way to do anything, and as long as you're satisfied with what you're doing,
They're gonna
and
tell
you're
you.
doing
They're
something,
gonna tell you that there's a correct way to do it.
yeah, that ultimately it's like fuck
Somebody's
it.
gonna come and tell
And there,
you.
it's not that you can't do things the right way and still be successful, but ultimately, as long as you're doing things, as long as you feel satisfied with what you're doing, I think that's the key to it. I think the best advice I ever heard, if I could say this quickly, some student filmmaker was asking some director, they're like, I'm making movies on YouTube. How do I progress? How do I get into what I want to do? And they said, you're doing it already. You're making the
Yeah.
movies. Like,
That's the most important thing, is just don't sit there and expect things to happen, because if you're sitting waiting for things to happen, it's gonna happen around you. In order to make things happen, you freaking get off your ass and do it.
damn straight.
And that means research, effort, and concern on focusing on something. All right. So with that, my ADHD brain says we have 2 more minutes, so we're about to sign off, right?
You're right. And how do you people get a hold of you to be guests of your show?
Oh, okay. So I've reached out to y'all through bacon. Yeah, I love bacon. Did you know there's points on bacon?
Points.
Yeah.
I think so. The
Social
membership
points?
things.
There's
social credit
reward
scores.
points. Yeah, there's points.
I was
under
told
your-
to be quiet by my HR.
Oh, so
Because
you
I
don't.
would just go troll certain
Oh,
posts.
they'll crucify you on
And
bacon.
then,
I've been
uh,
crucified.
and it not bacon, but like Comedy IRL HR said, "Hey man, we know you're funny.
Oh yeah. Okay, because you're a part of an organization.
Yeah. So I
You're the real
don't
deal.
evidently just show up and be Engin. I represent something else.
Yep.
So
Mm,
I had to pull the reins on that. Now I just post our open mics, our showdowns and showcases, which is a good thing for you to know. You can come up to San Rosa to one of the showdowns
No.
and compete, and if you win one of those, you get a paid spot on a showcase.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How far is Santa Rosa from here?
I'll
just hop on the back of your motorcycle.
60 miles.
Holy, that's far as fuck. For
There's
me.
It
a
is, it
bus.
is.
I'll start walking right now.
There's a bus that goes
I'm sure like a
from
BART
here
too.
to there.
Is there a train too?
No way. Okay, I'm
Train
looking at
from
points.
the other side of the baseball field.
All right, here's the points recap.
All right.
Before the end of the
I
show.
just looked at points. Okay, for one, I have like 2,400 points. Okay, but Colin, you have 196 points. Engin, you have 18 points.
What does the
This
point?
guy's not
He
a-
still has more points
I
than I do.
understand.
So-
What do the points do?
It's your participation in the.
I'm a real
the-
fucking
Well,
community member.
because I
Yeah,
can't shine.
That's exactly it.
the
It's-
man
as you
is
said,
holding me down.
18
man-
points.
Man has
Yeah,
censored you.
It has limited your contact through social media because you could only do so much from what you just said. Like you have a
I
responsibility.
want to make fun of people every time somebody goes on that site and cries about some dumb thing.
Oh yeah.
I write like roasting jokes in a split second.
That's the thing, because I made a post where I'm like, hey, is there any shows that aren't on the list? Because I want to see everything that's available. And they're like, how dare you criticize the list? How dare you talk bad about this spreadsheet? And I'm just like, fuck me. I posted a photo of who's the guy that's I get no respect. Fuck.
Rodney
that.
Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield. And they're like, you have to earn respect to get it. And it's like, I'm just shooting the shit here on a Facebook chat. We're killing your time.
It's fun. It's
All
fun.
right.
I'm glad it's there. We get to meet a bunch of people.
Honestly,
I just had to
honestly.
bring up points.
Point.
Nobody likes being told that they have the least amount of points.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I'm not the least.
I'm it's
Long as
420.
I'm not losing.
Ladies and
Wait.
gentlemen, it is 420. I repeat, it is 420.
Smoke
hold
them
on.
up.
Overdue.
Sync
Hold on,
up.
hold
Light
on.
up.
Just
Light up.
I'm gonna make you guys feel a little bit better because I have
She knows how many points I have. I think I have 7.
Paul's points.
When's the next show, by the way?
Paul. Oh wait. Oh, are you talking about the Mint next week?
I think
my
somebody
next
cut you
show
off
is next
before.
week.
Now all I want to
Okay.
do is take a
she
screenshot of my
What you
18
gotta do?
points and post it on Bacon and
Paul.
ask, like, hey, what do
You
I?
done
How
lost.
can I redeem
Paul has
these
27 points.
Oh, I have 27 points.
27
Wait,
points. Okay, Paul
how many do
is
I have
like
again?
15 years into the game.
16. Yeah.
16 years into the game.
But I'm kind of.
He has
yeah,
27
less,
points.
Less is more.
Less is more.
So
Because all I have to
Mm.
do is sling time. I don't need to
Yeah,
promote
and
anybody.
I'm
So
actually
rest
like
assured.
weekly involved, but I do it because I manage the online content of the thing. But I do all of my behavior is under Comedy IRL.
yeah, so it's
account.
probably the IRL account probably has the majority
I'm
of the
being
points.
overlooked.
But like, you're like
One more time.
You're like a
an immigrant
Oh my
being
God.
overlooked.
fucking country.
All right, thank you
Always
so
kick
so
back
much for
off.
reminding me it's
I-
420 because 420 means we need to go
We
outside.
gotta go smoke weed.
We need to
All right,
blow smoke in
guys.
the sky.
Thank you for having us. Kisses.
Thank you again, honestly.
Yay,
Yeah.
thank you for coming.